Hello and welcome to Your Stocks live from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal studio. I am Bamakshi Doria and you're looking at a green-looking screen for now. The Nifty has cooled off marginally from the day's highest point. For now, it's a 80-point uptick, so around 40 points, around 30 points or so lower as compared to the day's highest point is what has played out for the Nifty. Now, there is support coming in from the Bank Nifty today because that is up 0.5%. But the broader markets, the advanced decline ratio largely in favor of the advances. Now, there's a flash coming in at the bottom of your screen. The government has flagged insufficient disclosure of liabilities, violation of SEBI's disclosure norms for the Vedanta demerger case. The government is doubling down on objection to the Vedanta demerger. So that's a big negative coming in for Vedanta. For now, the stock is taking the government is flagging financial risk post the demerger. The stock is taking a sharp knock in the trading session today. For now, the stock has cooled off from the levels of around 471 that we've seen to around 460. Sharp fall coming in for Vedanta. That stock has now slipped into the negative, down almost 1%. The government claims the demerged entity of Malco Energy is likely to go in liquidation, and they will be claiming that the liquidation will make recovery of the government dues virtually impossible. So, negative news flow coming in for Vedanta. Now, the stock has extended its decline down almost 1.5%. Now apart from that, let's focus in on some of the let's actually get in our technical guest Astha Jain, who's the research analyst at Securities, and Somil Mehta, head of alternative research capital market strategy at Mirae Asset Sharekhan, to answer all of your stock queries. Somil, let me first come to you. I was just talking about the Vedanta demerger case, big fall in the stock. There is objection coming in from the government. So, what is your view on this particular counter?
I'm positive on this counter. I'm not too negative at this point of time. We've seen a very sharp move, sharp sell-off right now, but I'm still positive. Vedanta has just broken out of a huge, consolidation, trading about 200 daily moving average. Great setup for a long trade, but at this point of time, if we can just avoid for some time, buy on decline should be the strategy. Around 430, 435 would be the right time to buy the stock. But at this point of time, avoid till the time it does not settle down around the averages.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Somil. And, on the charts, Astha, I'd like to get your view. How is this stock looking?
Hi, good afternoon to everyone. So, if you want to, regarding Vedanta, if I give my personal chartical view, I'm sorry. So, I think Vedanta is right now showing a strong trend. Although after the arrival of this news, definitely the stock is falling, but I think it has a major support at around 446 odd levels. 450 it is quoting right now. So, 446 to 440 is an important zone for this counter. It should not fall below these levels. In case if it fall below this level, then definitely it can again move in the southward direction. Right now, I don't advise anyone to buy into this counter because the news is also negative for this counter, and what we were hoping about the demerger plan is all well said. But now with the coming of this news, definitely the stock is going in the downward direction. 440 is the important support zone. If it breaks those levels, then we can see further downside till the level of 430 to 420. So right now, no buying is allowed at the present moment of a time. Just wait and watch is the strategy which we are recommending for this counter.
All right, thank you so much. But let's start with the first query of the day. Gitika Tanuja writes to us from Madhya Pradesh, and she holds 60 shares of ITC at 250 rupees. Now, she's asking whether she should hold or sell at current levels. She's already sitting at a profit of around 10,000 rupees. So, Somil, what would be your take on ITC?
ITC looks good. In the medium term outlook, I don't see this stock going below 390, 380 levels. So a little bit of a sharp sell-off we've seen, but I don't see this stock going below 390, 380 levels. So buy on decline should be the strategy. Medium term and long term, trend still remains positive, and I'll be expecting a good rally after maybe this consolidation is over. I'll be expecting a target of 450 or 460 levels in the medium term outlook.
All right, so that's the view on ITC. But Astha, what do you think? How does this particular stock look on the charts then?
So regarding, first of all, I would like to say something about the fundamentals also, because I'm tracking fundamentals a lot. So ITC is looking good to us because what we have seen is a strong rise in their margin, profitability, FMCG and other segments, especially their paperboard and paper packaging segment. And we are thinking that this counter is a strong candidate for the EPS revision for the upside of also around 4 to 5%. So this is what we are recommending on the fundamental part, that ITC is looking good to us, and we are seeing the EPS to be accretive by 4 to 5% in the coming year. Now talking about the charts also, if I look at the charts, ITC is looking good on the chart. As we all know that FMCG stocks are right now they are getting good traction. But in the intraday perspective, ITC is a candidate which can move further downside from here. So this is a counter which is only good in the long term, not in the intraday basis. So intraday basis, ITC can move more downside from here. But definitely from the fundamental perspective, this counter is looking good. And I agree with the Somil that 440, 450 are the good levels, which he track on the chart very well. And these are the targets which we are giving to our clients as well.
All right, so for 40 to 450 levels for ITC. But moving on to the next query then, Tina Khurana is writing to us from Mumbai. She holds 70 shares of Ashok Leyland at 30 rupees and wants to know whether she should remain invested. Somil, will you take up that query?
Yep, absolutely. Ashok Leyland, one of my top picks, because the only reason is that in auto sector, Ashok Leyland has a very good risk reward ratio now from here on. M&M, Maruti, TVS Motors, Aisha, all of them have done really well. But I think Ashok Leyland has been a little laggard. I'm expecting this stock to perform really well from these levels. Support would be around 132 and 125 levels. And I'm not expecting the stock to go below 125 levels. So on the upside, I think the targets would be way above 150, 160 levels.
All right. So I think you're quite bullish on this particular counter. Astha, would you be also bullish on this counter as well, or would you sell out of it at this point of time?
No, we will not give a sell rating to this counter because we are very positive on this counter. My price target for Ashok Leyland is 160 to 170 in the long term. If I look after the fundamentals also, which I track closely. Now talking about the fundamentals of this counter, now they are coming with various, LCV and MHCV products in H2 of FY26. So with these product launches, definitely this counter will gain the traction. And even what we believe that the kind of industry, tailwind which this company is enjoying right now on the basis of the GST announcements, etc. Ashok Leyland is well poised to move till those levels. So 160 to 170 is our ultimate price target for this counter. Recommending a hold as well as buy on dip strategy can also be applied to this counter.
All right, so a thumbs up coming in from Astha and Somil on Ashok Leyland. But let's move on to the next query then. Gagan Sharma writes to us from Patna. He holds 50 shares of Indus Towers at 250 rupees. Now he wants to know what is the long-term outlook on this particular counter. He's sitting on a profit of around 5,700 or so. Let me first start off with Astha now. Astha, what's your view on Indus Towers then?
So Indus Towers is looking good to us. 395 is the price target which we would like to attribute to this counter. Reason being, first of all, the results which they have posted for Q1 FY26, the results were quite on the decent side. 10% rise in their revenue. In fact, EBITDA shown 4% rise, and profit after tax is also around 10%. So the results were really decent. And what we believe that now the company is looking for more co-addition, substantial deployment of the existing towers. So with the increase in the towers, with the addition of the towers, I think this company is definitely going to be a very, very strong candidate in the longer term. And we recommend a hold on this counter.
All right, so hold on, Indus Towers. But as we were pointing out earlier, the fall on Vedanta has only intensified. Right now, Vedanta has slipped below the 450 mark, trading with a cut of almost 2.5%. And this is because the government is doubling down on objection to the Vedanta demerger. That is something that has further, deepened the fall on this particular counter. But on that note, let's slip into a very short break. Remember to tune into all new CNBC TV18 Prime, bringing you insights from policymakers, business leaders, and economists shaping both the world and India's future. CNBC TV18 Prime decodes global shifts and their impact on Indian businesses, giving you unparalleled insights. Tune into CNBC TV18 Prime at 12 noon for the Global Reset at 1 p.m., the Big C and the Global Lens at 8:30 p.m. But let's move on to our next query then. Michelle writes to us from New Delhi. Now she holds around 4,000 shares of Shivalik Bimetal Controls at an average cost of 555 rupees since the last 6 months. Now she is a long-term investor and wants to know the future prospects of the company. She is currently sitting at a loss of almost 72,000 rupees. Somil, what would you advise Michelle?
I think this counter does not look that great to me. It's in a downtrend, and I'm not expecting this stock to do really well. There might be short-term spikes on the upside around 580, 590 would be a very strong resistance for the stock. So avoid would be my strategy for the stock.
All right. And the next query is from Joy, who's writing to us from Bengaluru with an investment query. Now, he wants to invest in L&T for a period of 2 years. He wants to know if this is the right time to invest in the stock. Astha, what would you advise this gentleman?
Definitely, we are liking L&T at this point of a time with the price target of 4,050 at the initial level, I would like to say. But these targets are subject to revision upwards going ahead also. Now, talking about the fundamentals of this counter, definitely what we have seen that there was a good revenue growth across the segments of this counter with a very strong order book, which we know about this company is that they have got a very strong order book. So order pipeline is very strong for this company. And I think going ahead in the FY26, we are expecting this counter to move ahead in the financial performance with a revenue growth of more than 10%. And in the bottom line growth also, we are expecting it to be more than 10%. So overall, L&T is looking good to us on the back of a strong order book. 4,050 is the price target, which we would like to attribute to this counter at the immediate levels or the initial levels.
All right, thanks for that, Astha. But, Somil, today there was a news flow wherein, the Hyderabad, the metro rail project has run into trouble and L&T was looking for an exit. At the same time, they also won an order. So, Somil, fundamentally, what would your recommendation be on L&T?
See, I look at charts. I look at charts, and Astha looks at the fundamentals. So I'll be able to give you the chart view overall. And the chart looks definitely very good on L&T, and L&T is definitely, my targets would be around 3,800, 3,900 levels for L&T. It has just been consolidating in a very strong, very broad range, and this range is broken on the upside. From last couple of days, we've seen very good momentum, so L&T is definitely a buy from my end. A stop loss would be a little deeper, 3,525 would be my stop loss, but on the upside, my target would be way above 3,900.
All right, absolutely. Let's take the next query then. Nagarjuna writes to us from Andhra Pradesh. He holds 2,000 shares of Apollo Microsystems at 8 rupees. He wants to know if he should continue to hold or sell at current levels. Now, this is a stock that has done extremely well over the last couple of sessions. Of course, this stock is down almost 1.4% now. But Astha, what's your view on Apollo Microsystems?
Apollo Microsystems is looking good to us. We are expecting this counter to move to the levels of 380. That is what we are setting our price target also. And now, if I talk about the fundamentals, what we are expecting from this counter, that it should continue to grow with a CAGR of 45 to 50% over the next couple of years. And this is what we believe, that they will continue to get a strong order inflow, and the kind of industry tailwind this company is enjoying. Definitely, it makes a good bet to move till the levels of 380 or so. So we are recommending a hold on this counter. Initial price target can be set at around 380 odd levels.
All right, and Somil, what about you? What's your view on Apollo Microsystems, given the recent run-up that we've seen?
Absolutely positive. I agree with Astha. The targets would be way above, but would not advise on short-term trading on this. I would definitely advise on a long-term investment or a medium-term positional view. Supports would be around 260, around 260 levels, or below that. A little deep stop loss, but that will be 165. But that will be a very, very crucial to watch out for the stock. But my targets would be way above 500, 600 levels, because the wave counts on this stock is extending, and I'll be expecting a way above targets.
All right. Now, let's move on to the next query then. Sudesh is writing to us from Noida. He holds 100 shares of Birlasoft at 550 rupees since the last 9 months. Now, he wants to know if he can hold it for more than 3 years. So, he's looking for a medium-term outlook. For now, he's sitting at a loss of around 17,000 rupees. Astha, what would your recommendation be on Birlasoft?
Recommendation is hold with the price target of 420 at the initial level. Now, the reason being, which we all know, that in their results of Q1 FY26, there was a slight decline in the revenue, and that was mainly due to macroeconomic conditions. And we all know that client insourcing was tough in those conditions, which are going on right now around the world. And in fact, some of the ramp down in the manufacturing sector, BFSI sector, has also contributed in the decline in the revenue growth. But now what we are, basically attracted by the guidance which this company has given. During such times also, they are aiming for the strong Q2 of FY26 guidance. And in fact, their margin guidance is looking very good to us, which is at around, 13% to 15% EBITDA range for FY26. So, and in fact, management has given a strong commentary regarding the building up of the order book as well. So looking after all these parameters, I think this is a good counter to stay invested in. Initial price target can be set at around 420 odd levels.
All right, and Somil, this counter has not done well at all. When we look at it on a year-to-date basis, it's down almost 32%, and so have all of the IT stocks. But what would your view be on particularly Birlasoft going forward?
In the short term, definitely positive, but in the medium term outlook, it is in the downtrend. It's been falling for a very long time, struggling to go about 20-40 daily moving average, struggling to go about 200 daily moving average. Very weak stock. I'll be expecting this stock to go down below 330 or maybe 320 levels in the medium term outlook. On the upside, in the short term, maybe there could be a spike around 410 levels, and that will be the time to exit the stock.
All right. Thank you so much, Somil, as well as Astha, for joining in with us and helping our viewers with their queries. But that's all we have on this edition of the show. But do remember to email us your queries and we will address them with our experts. Stay tuned for Closing Bell to take you through the last hour of trade.